Probably the most polarizing car we found on the show floor so far. Here we have the new Ford Bronco Raptor, dubbed as the new LFA. All right, everybody, welcome back to Six Cars. We're here in Detroit for the North American International Auto Show. So the actual media day is tomorrow, so we'll be there for the whole day. But today, this evening, we have a special presentation from Chrysler. It looks like we'll be getting a new Chrysler 300, maybe a performance SRT variant. So we'll have to see what press conference is coming up soon. And tomorrow we'll have loads of new car unveils for you guys, so stick around. Hey everybody, we just saw the cover come off of the new limited edition Chrysler 300C, 6.4 liter Hemi V8, 485 horsepower, 475 pounds-feet of torque. So it's basically a new SRT, but not really an SRT, but it's quite powerful. Only 2,200 are going to be made, sort of a final swan song, I'm guessing, to the gas-powered Chrysler 300. So I'll have a look at the back, have a look at the interior, show you guys around. So we're having a look at the back of the black 300C. So it is available in 3 different colors, white, black, and red. So pretty distinctive styling from the outside. Pretty similar on the interior as well. It's still very distinctly Chrysler 300 looking. As you can see here, the special 300C edition badging that you'll see throughout the car. So little subtle changes, but obviously the power and the muscle car essence is obviously the big draw of this limited edition 300C. So a nice little random spot down here in downtown Detroit. We've got the Testossa, and just behind that, 599 GTO. Go carbon shields. So yeah, not a bad Ferrari pairing. Just outside the auto show, or just a couple blocks away from it in downtown Detroit. Never know what you're gonna find. Hey everybody, so today is media day here at the North American International Auto Show. There'll be a lot of new cars on display, a lot of reveals. It's mainly centered around American brands, so you'll see a lot from the big three, GM, Chrysler, and Ford. So we've got the Corvette Z06 here in front of us, and we're going to do a big walk around and see what's what and see what we can see. So in front of us here we have the new convertible variant of the C8 Z06. So it's still 670 horsepower, it's still 0 to 60 miles an hour in 2.6 seconds, but the top can be removed now. And it's interesting they're showing it off in this brilliant sort of baby blue color on the Z06 convertible. Looks really, really good. So in front of us here we have the GMC Hummer EV, the car that has brought the Hummer name back to the market in the electrified form. So you might be wondering, what is so different about this one? Well, if you look at the regular Hummer EV here, you see it has that pickup truck body style on the back, whereas this one over here is a new variant where they have closed the back of it and made it more of a traditional SUV style, much like the older Hummers. So they're more well known. Obviously Hummer did have the H1 Alpha open top, which was sort of like a truck, but most Hummers were the closed backs like regular SUVs. So this one, I think it does suit the car a little better than the truck variant that we have beside it here. I think the SUV style does look a little better on it, and it does still have the crab walk feature. So exactly what everyone would be hoping for when they buy this. And over here on the Buick stage, we have the Wildcat EV Concept. So extremely different from what Buick is more known for, but this is sort of a faster electric future GT Grand Touring type car. So it's sort of Buick's envision for the future, and I honestly think it looks pretty good. It's very, like I said, very different from what they are usually known for, which, to be honest, I think is slightly boring cars, but this is anything but boring. This is the Buick Wildcat EV. In front of us here we have the Cadillac Escalade V, a crazy performance version of the Escalade. So big V8 in its 670 horsepower, I believe it is. So ideally, I believe they're trying to maybe compete with the Durango SRT Hellcat. As you can see inside, still very distinctly luxurious. Still that Escalade styling, but obviously with all that extra performance now added to it. So yeah, it's, as far as niche cars go, I believe the Escalade V is definitely in that category. I mean, I've never really heard any Escalade owner ask for a rear diffuser and quad pipes, but there you go, we have it anyway. So again, yeah, I believe it will be competitor for the Durango SRT. So what we're looking at here from Lexus is the electrified concept, what they have dubbed as the new LFA, just an electric version of it. So obviously, just going by the styling, it is very, very clear they're going for the super hypercar look the LFA was known for. Honestly, in my opinion, one of the best supercars ever built. Actually is my personal favorite supercar. So the fact that it's even being mentioned with a comeback is pretty darn cool. So again, fully electric, but the styling looks really, really good. This is something that I don't think they would actually have to change too much for a street version. Obviously, it does look concept-y, but it looks realistic, to be honest with you. I think this is something that they could make pretty soon. So this is probably the most polarizing car we found on the show floor so far. This is the Dodge Charger SRT Daytona electric concept. Yes, electric. So you know that nobody is immune to the electric wave when you see an electric Mopar muscle car, but there are a lot of features that make it distinctly a muscle car for the future from Dodge. So let's have a closer look at some of these features. So as you can see, styling wise, we look at the front headlights. It has a futuristic look, but still very Dodge. There's also this gap in the front that goes right through the bumper. Kind of hard to see there, but it's called the R-wing, so nice aerodynamic flow on it for top speed. They're obviously still going for performance here. And this uses something called the new Banshee propulsion system. As you can see, there's a new badge on the side replacing the old Hellcat. Some nice 5-spoke wheels. Let's have a look at the back. So at the back, it's still very, very Dodge looking. We have these rear taillights that look very reminiscent of the older Chargers, namely the 1969 had that rectangular design. So yeah, it's very futuristic. It's something, it's all new for them. It's electric, of course, but they are still making it very Charger looking. It also has something called a Frastronic, I believe that is the official name, exhaust system. So it will produce sort of an artificial exhaust note that will still sound performance oriented. So I know that will ruffle some feathers. Some people say it's fake or whatever, but it's better than nothing, honestly. Sound is good no matter where it comes from. So as the Dodge Charger Daytona electric concept is just turning on the turntable here, we can get a quick look at the interior with the door open. So still pretty distinctly Dodge. Obviously there are some more futuristic changes. You see that new design inside the doors with the ambient lighting. So they are going a little more futuristic with this, it looks like, but still keeping that sort of Dodge look to it. So that's pretty cool, I think. So here we're looking at the new Dodge Hornet. This is sort of their new mini crossover. The reason I am looking at this one is because it has a special moniker on it. The GLH. So GLH actually stands for Goes Like Hell. It's something they used way back in the 80s for a hot hatch called the Omni. So this GLH, all it really does is get you a modified exhaust, gets you a sportier suspension, and there are some visual add-ons obviously that we can see. But I'm sure Dodge badly needed a car like this to compete with Chevy and Ford, sort of that small crossover segment. So there it is. At least it's nice to see they're doing a performance version of it too. I mean, look at the Hornet badging, black and red. Like, come on, you can't make it look like that and not have some sort of sporty model to it. So again, that is the GLH Hornet. Stands for Goes Like Hell. I guess we'll have to see if it lives up to that name later on and see if it is any quick. So here we have the new Ford Bronco Raptor. So it's sharing this nameplate with the F-150 and the Ranger Raptor. So, I mean, obviously off the bat, we can see much wider, much more aggressive looking. It had that distinct Ford front grille too. So 400 horsepower, I believe, in the Raptor. We have a look at the interior of it. Obviously very distinctive sporty features on it. Got the Raptor badging pretty much everywhere. Some carbon fiber accents. Raptor badges on the seats. So a very, very sporty off-road looking vehicle. Sort of a do everything all in one. This is a really, really cool truck, guys. I really like this. The Ford Bronco Raptor. Yeah, just a closer look at the Bronco Raptor just from the front. You can see obviously that distinctive Raptor grille that we all know from the F-150 and the Ranger. And again, those very aggressive looking hood vents. Very reminiscent of its truck siblings. And just another one for the truck displays. This is the new 2023 Ford Raptor R. As you can see here, marked by that new little red R badge. This is Ford's official answer to the Ram T-Rex. It is a brand new 700 horsepower Ford Raptor. It is totally crazy. 640 pounds-feet of torque. Got this new styling package to go along with the slightly new looks. But yeah, this thing is nuts. It's massive. It's insanely fast. And to top it off, it looks kind of black in the video, but you can sort of see in different lights. This is a new blue that Ford calls Antimatter Blue. So I like the name, and I think it definitely suits the truck. The new Raptor R. So right here we have the Lincoln L100 Concept, which is totally crazy. It's Lincoln's vision of the future. We start by looking at the front, where it's essentially an entire windscreen at the front. You can see this crazy light pattern happening on the wheel covers. And inside is just insane, everybody. It is totally out of a sci-fi movie. Looks straight out of Blade Runner or something like that. You can see the entire floor. Not sure how well it's showing up on camera, but it's a huge screen. It's actually moving pictures. And I don't know, maybe you could watch a movie while this thing is self-driving you around, because there's no sign of a steering wheel or even driving pedals either. Just that massive center console with the huge screen in it. Yeah, it looks crazy from the front. Let's take a look at the back too. So yeah, it is just as crazy from the back. You can see the actual, well, there is no doors. I was going to say how the door opens. It's the entire side of the car that opens up, including the roof. Give you that sort of canopy look. As we take a closer look at the wheel arches here, you can sort of see the tire behind it. There's zero ground clearance. This is obviously a concept though. And that's what auto shows are all about, is showing sort of where the direction of automakers is going. But yeah, the back is totally crazy, with all those tiny little LED strips making up the rear bumper. So definitely a showstopper here from Lincoln. So as the electric Cherokee mounts the stairs, there's a crazy Jeep ride-along course inside the auto show. We're going to take a quick jump inside of one of these cars and check it out. See, it looks pretty wild.
So you've got a mechanism here on the right sway bar pin. When you engage this button, there's a magnet in the mechanism that's going to disengage and give you that extra travel.
Right.
So rather than breaking over this discipline here, we're going to keep all four tires down and articulated. So if we were in gas mode right now, we wouldn't be hitting more than 2,000 RPMs since we're in electric. We don't have any RPMs, but
yeah,
no issues at all there. That's 40 degrees.
40 degrees of climb. Wow.
You can see the entire show floor from here.
That is
We're about
really cool.
30 feet in the air. does have regenerative braking.
Oh man, that is so steep.
Yeah, stop it right there, 40 degrees.
Wow.
Hitting around 11 inches of ground clearance stock. With the front rear steel bumpers, steel rock rails, steel skid plates to protect your vitals. And this color is super awesome, high velocity.
I've never seen this color before, actually.
It's brand new.
Yeah, it pops out. Oh, it is, okay.
We've got a Wrangler right there as well.
Oh, cool.
In the same color.
But here's the real reason we came down to the North American International Auto Show. Oh, Jeep taking the whole duck Jeep trend to a whole new level. The world's biggest rubber duck.